We're going to get this show on the road here. My name is Mike Moranto. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications here at Daemen College. Would like to welcome everyone here today. We have a pretty exciting, pretty historic announcement for the Daemen College women's basketball team. It's great to see a lot of folks from around campus here. We've got our entire women's basketball team here, pretty much everyone. I think we might be missing one or two that's in class, but it's good to have them here, and as well as a bunch of our other student athletes here for today's exciting announcement. I won't keep you waiting. I want to bring up to the podium the head coach of the women's basketball program, he's in his 24th season here. He's been here for quite a while. A 6-time Conference Coach of the Year recipient, a 2-time USCAA National Champion coach, and he's led Daemen to 460 wins. He's one of the all-time winningest coaches in Western New York college basketball history, so he's definitely a guy that knows a top recruit when he sees one, and I think he's got one to introduce to you today. So without further ado, our head women's basketball coach, David Skolen.
Okay, we are very excited to officially make Sofia a member of our team today. And Sofia, although she's somewhat young, she's actually been around basketball and been a basketball fan pretty much her whole life, right? And so we know she's really wise beyond her years. We really look forward to being the beneficiary of some of that wisdom this year. And personality-wise, I think she really reminds me of Rayanne Stillwell. I think they're almost, very, very similar. And, so hopefully you guys can pretty close, yeah. And hopefully, so you two will be able to push each other this year, make each other better. And Rayanne is on schedule to be become our all-time leading three-point shooter this year. So maybe several years down the road, you'll be challenging that record, huh? I know you were working on your shot today, right? Okay. Sounds good. But yeah, no, we really enjoyed hanging out with you last week, and we look forward to being able to spend a lot more time with you, and we're very excited for a great year.
Okay, thank you, Coach Skolen. We got one more speaker to get to and a couple of cool things to do before we end this press conference. I just want to mention that for anyone that's unaware, Sofia came to us through a partnership with Team Impact. Team Impact is a national organization. They're based out of Boston. What they do is they take children that have life-threatening and chronic illnesses, and they pair them up with college teams in their immediate local area, and try and improve their quality of life, try and make them a part of our of the team, and that's what we're here to do for Sofia. Just a couple stats about Team Impact. They've matched up over 800 children at over 300 institutions in 45 states, and I'm proud to be here today. This is the second time that Daemen College has been paired up with a child from Team Impact. The first was Leonte Parker, who was paired with our men's basketball team last year. So I'd like to bring up right now Sofia's mom, Betsy Abramson. She's going to come up and speak a little bit about Sofia and about Team Impact.
First, I wanted to say thank you, Daemen College and Team Impact, for this incredible experience that you're providing Sofia. As her parents, we think she's pretty amazing, especially when you add in everything she's had to overcome and accept in the last several years. When Sofia was younger, we were notified that she was anemic through a simple blood test. She was then referred to an amazing hematologist from Children's, who really, in our opinion, started to investigate and really took care of a lot of questions that were often answered with, she goes to daycare, children get sick, don't look for a problem, etc. Sofia suffered from numerous ear infections, bronchitis, several bouts of pneumonia, and for some reason that we didn't understand, she vomited. a lot. She missed parties, school activities, and more. We finally stopped telling her if we were doing something fun until we were often en route because the disappointment was heartbreaking. Additional tests led to a gluten-free lifestyle, as well as finding out she was lactose intolerant. Neither, which surprised us since her late grandmother, who I should mention was a Daemen alumni, was as well. When her blood levels didn't improve in certain areas, her pediatrician and hematologist continued to search for answers. Ultimately, following a simple GI procedure, we were referred to an immunologist in the area. Pictures from that procedure were enough to identify Sofia possibly having something called CVID, common variable immune deficiency. It had to be confirmed with something called a vaccine challenge. As her parents, it was confusing because on paper, Sofia had every single vaccine she was supposed to have, and now we were finding out her body was rejecting certain components of it. Frankly, that terrified us. As a parent, you just want everything to be perfect for your child, and suddenly you find yourself sitting there, putting on a brave face because you are a parent and this is your child. The easiest way that we explained what CVID is to Sofia was to tell her that everyone is born with an army to fight illness and keep them safe. Well, we told her her army forgot to show up for work. So a fake army was going to be infused into her body. CVID is found in approximately 1 out of every 25,000 individuals. The tricky part about that number is that there is still an estimated 500,000 people that are undiagnosed. There is no cure for CVID, only treatment. There are 2 forms of treatment that Sofia has had. She started on IVIG, and that was a once-a-month infusion where she spent 7 or more hours attached to an IV in the hospital where she was pumped with immunoglobulins taken from 100+ blood plasma donations. The side effects for Sofia were debilitating for up to the next 72 hours. We found out after 6 months of treatments that they weren't working and her numbers were actually lower than where we started. As her parents, we hit a very low point because we didn't have a solution that was working. We were moved to subcutaneous infusions where she would now be infused weekly with medication. And I lost my spot. Okay. As opposed to monthly. This way, her body was getting the medication continuously and not all at once, and not getting rid of it through such a temperamental GI system. We were more than relieved to find that the method was increasing her numbers. While the side effects are still there, we're learning how to manage them better. Although this type of treatment is done at home, the parent plays the role of the infusion nurse. And the problem here is that really no parent wants to put 2 big needles into their own child each week. Sofia will have this for the rest of her life. She knows that her life is going to be filled with doctor's appointments and that her infusions are her #1 priority. She knows that there is no cure and is very focused on fundraising for the Immune Deficiency Foundation because for her, it is a way to work towards a cure. I'm just going to add something that I didn't write. She was at the doctor a few weeks ago and her face was in a book, which we often find these days, which is great from the parent end. And the doctor, who's wonderful, looked at her and said, "Sofia, honey, do you have any questions?" And Sofia looked up and said, "Is there a cure? Have you found one yet?" And the doctor said, "No, but with the fundraising and all of the things you do, we'll keep researching." And she said, "So there's no cure?" And the doctor said, "No, not yet." And Sofia said, "Then I have no questions." And she put her face back in the book. Medically, we were blessed that her doctors worked the way that they did to find this out. Many doctors don't search like ours did. And the earlier someone is diagnosed, the better the medical outcome in their life is. Most people are not diagnosed until their 30s or their 40s, after years of illness and organ damage. Sofia was diagnosed at 6. She does not have permanent damage to any of her organs. If you ask her, she will tell you she doesn't like being different. She cannot go into natural bodies of water. She cannot go to areas where germs are widespread. We've had to cancel things at different times when we know that people are sick. We were at a function last year. Several children came down with the flu. She had to go on Tamiflu as a preventative. She cannot play in indoor play areas. But she will also tell you that her mom always says to her, every child has something, whether it's medical, emotional, academic, social, or what. She knows that to stay healthy, she will need to be constantly aware of her surroundings. So again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Sophia is a young girl filled with a lot of energy, love, and life. And this is truly an opportunity of a lifetime for her, and we know that the impact will be tremendous. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Betsy, for coming up and speaking. I can attest, I met Sophia, about 30 minutes ago, and her energy is contagious, and I think it's definitely going to wear off on the team, on the court this season. And now, the exciting thing for Sophia is going to confirm her commitment to Daemen College and Daemen College's commitment to her by signing her national letter of intent. Okay, now that we got the paperwork issue out of the way, we all know with the NCAA, it comes with all kinds of paperwork. Now that we got that out of the way, we can have Coach Skolen present Sophia with her jersey for the season. We'll get a couple more photos after this is over. All right. It's a little big, but nothing that's going to hold her up from breaking Rhiann's three-point record. All right. With that, that's going to conclude today's historic announcement. Want to thank everybody for coming out today, and we look forward to seeing you here this weekend. Sophia's got her first games as a Wildcat when the team takes on Edinburgh this Saturday at noon, and then opens East Coast Conference play on Sunday against District of Columbia at 1 o'clock. Thanks, everybody.